Everyone has a story. This one's mine to tell. I was a happy little girl with loving parents who did their best to raise me well. But in life, there are no guarantees. Just highs and lows, twists and turns. Just experiences filled with uncertainties and chances to grow from lessons learned. So, from a baby girl to a young lady to a teenager with her sights set on the Navy, I was determined, fueling my determination with desire necessary to achieve my dreams. A thick skin is what I knew I'd have to acquire, for nothing is as easy as it seems. Nevertheless, I was enthused and excited. I couldn't wait, my passions ignited. So with no further delay, ready, set, here I go. What lied ahead I had no way to know. That is until I ran smack dab into the face of a racially charged obscenity. Force-fed insults constantly met with negativity. But I never strained my eyes looking for things to be fair. My focus was to do my best and always be aware of my goals. So when they say I can't and that I don't belong, there's only one thing left to do, and that's to prove them wrong. Many will never know firsthand or be able to relate. Imagine if you were the only woman of color to graduate in close to 10 years. Despite my fears and my doubts, my rocky journey and alternate routes, I pushed through. And I'm so proud of that. I looked in the mirror and loved the woman looking back, thinking I'm on a roll. Loving life and success is my friend. Thinking maybe it's about that time that I let love in the form of a man that makes me smile and feel butterflies that flutter all the while, that says sweet things and holds me tight. Someone to spend my days with and love with all my might. And I found him. Well, he found me. And once we found each other, we were happy as can be. He was romantic and showed how much he cared. He made me feel safe with everything I shared. He showered me with compliments. His love for me was so intense. Everything felt so right. That is until things went left with an insult. He used to say, "I'm sorry, that's not what I meant." Then without warning, it was my fault. I thought, why does this feel so bad? Why does his love feel like hate? How long will I be confused and sad is the question that's up for debate. How did I go from unstoppable, brilliant, and deserving to afraid, embarrassed, and ashamed? It's unnerving, like the time I thought I was pregnant. He made it clear that it wasn't what he wanted. By the way that he yelled and called me names, then punched me in my stomach. I was in shock. I couldn't believe it. How could someone do this and love you? I couldn't conceive it. I was beyond angry. So much so I put him out, only to turn right around and let him back in. What's this love thing all about? I didn't realize my esteem was so low. The abuse was so gradual and came on so slow. How did I get here? And more importantly, how do I get out? How do I believe in me again, erasing fear and doubt? I am depressed. My life devoid of peace. I cannot rest. My mind is scattered. I cannot focus. I am stressed. How can one be abused and be their best? But I digress. I can't look weak. I have to appear invincible. I can't be vulnerable. If I am, then I'm dispensable. And when I speak, my problems must appear invisible. But my spirit's broken now, when it used to be just physical. Any weakness They exploit it. Your best bet is just to avoid it. Talking to myself. Whatever you do, just stay sane. Put your feelings on a shelf. No time to stroll down memory lane. Whatever you do, you gotta stay strong. I tried and tried and tried to not let anybody see me sweat. My pride. Besides, who am I going to tell? And who's going to care? Who is going to help me with this nightmare? Then it came to me. Pray about it. Then it was plain to see. I'm better off without it. My intuition revealed why my joy was fleeting. Not only was he abusive, but he also was cheating. The question is, what am I going to do? Stay and suffocate or leave and break through? So I chose the latter. On my journey, and I finally arrived at I matter. Because of God, first and foremost. I got to tell you, me and my God, we are so close. I went from barely surviving to loving myself and all out thriving. And yes, it is a process. And yes, it is worth it. Finally understanding I am priceless, even though I'm imperfect. So on the wings of a whisper, with barely any sound, was a message instructing me what I must do now. I'm going to help and inspire others who are just like me. Show them that there's a better way and that God is the key. No more silence, speak up. No more violence, enough. No more put downs and mind games, only arms wide embracing change. We are stronger together. Just don't give up, I promise. It gets better. I am a witness that faith and forgiveness makes it possible to not just imagine, but to live this. I remember the days when I was in the dark saying, tomorrow my sunshine will come. I remember the light in the form of a spark, realizing my new life had begun. So, if you feel alone, if you are unsure of how you're going to make it, or if you can endure, know that your sunshine is coming with peace and joy that fits you to a T. And if you're wondering how I know, the answer's simple. I know because I am you, and you are me.